really not scared.
Okay. Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Sugary Girl Candy, 2012, and it has been literally months since I've been on this freaking channel. I was just wow, like this year has been very hectic for me. Uh, it's just been crazy, but I can't say that I'm in my own place. I'm chilling and I'm kind of just like, moving things along now because, I got my own space again. So. But shout out to my sister though. Okay, so I want to talk about this. I've been wanting to talk about this for a bit, but whatever. I'm talking about it now. So a lot of y'all probably reading the title and I'm probably like, I'm about to get this bitch, or I'm about to cuss this bitch out. Da, 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 da. And I already know it's coming. I already do, y'all. It's pretty people are pretty predictable. Or should I say gamers are pretty predictable. But so y'all read the title. So let me clarify first that I am talking about fanboys, not fans, okay? Fans and fanboys are totally different groups of people, okay? So if you're a fan and you happen to get upset at that, well, you're not a fan. You're a fanboy, okay? So, with that being said, let us talk. Okay, so, I'm on Twitter a lot. That's like the main way you can probably communicate with me nowadays. So, if you want to communicate with me, you go to my Twitter. My @ handle is now Ms. Lady Sugar. I'll put it in the description so y'all can go to it. And, people have been hyping the Xbox One X up, and fanboys have been going crazy, and people have been trash. The usual trash and PlayStation while they at it. Saying the PlayStation is a failure, it's weak, it's this, it's that, and blah blah blah, it's failing. Like, okay, first of all, I will never understand how a console that actually gives us what the purpose of the console is for, they're actually giving us the things that we mainly use the console for, makes it a failure. I don't understand that. Like, Sony have quite literally been releasing exclusive games all freaking year round, and they have tons more coming in 2018, yet there's so many people that are in denial. And by people, I mean Xbox fanboys. Like, the fanboys have gone wild. Like, if y'all should be mad at anybody, it should be uh uh the people in charge of Xbox, or the people that have been making all of these promises and haven't been keeping up with it. Because, as far as I'm concerned, the Xbox One X is going to be powerful. But in the same token, it literally have only had one game that we seen at E3, which, you would more people would be more hyped for it and happy for it, but not many people are happy for it. I guess people are tired of playing Forza. I don't know. But, you know, um, besides that, it's been a bunch of backwards compatibility game, and the same things that the PlayStation 4 was getting shipped for, aka the indies and whatnot. Now it seems like Microsoft have taken it. So, and Sony even came out and said that indies aren't like their main focus now. Like, it's not something they want to focus on. That obviously they'll still let them release. The games are still going to come. The indie games are still going to be released. Blah blah blah. But um it's just not their focus. It's mainly their exclusive games that are coming. So if y'all haven't been keeping up, Crackdown was recently announced that it's been delayed again. Obviously you're gonna have your people saying, well, I like my products polished and blah blah blah, and I'm with y'all on that. I like my products to be as polished as possible, but before we get it, so we won't have a game full of bugs. But here's the thing though, it's kind of sad that when Microsoft keep delaying their games, people automatically assume that it's going to be canceled, because obviously, we're so used to Microsoft canceling games now. That's what the thought immediately brings us to. Not that, okay, yeah, they're just going to take their time and it's going to come out, blah blah blah. But the immediate thought goes to it's going to be canceled. So then here comes the part where the fanboys, they'll be like, well, you know what? It's okay because Sony took this long to come out with this game and blah blah blah. You know, the Last Guardian was in developmental development for 10 years. Blah blah blah, and it was supposed to come out for the PlayStation 3, but they stated that the PlayStation 3 wasn't really able to handle the Last Guardian, so this is why it came on out to the PlayStation 4. Exactly, guys. You know, a little research wouldn't kill you, but so, obviously, when things like this happen, people automatically go to blaming Sony. I have no idea why people do this, and they won't just blame like Sony. They'll start blaming the fans and even the fanboys on the damn console. It's y'all fault and blah 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 and da 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 da. And Sony is still a terrible console. I'm like, this is all about Xbox. Why why are we bringing Sony in, and why are we calling Sony terrible for once again giving us the things that the consoles are meant to do? I mean, yeah, we can watch movies on it, we can listen to music on it, and we can do all types of other crap on it, but at the end of the day, excuse me, it's a video game console. So that's the purpose of why we own these things, is so we can play video games on. So it's like I try my hardest to be neutral, but Xbox fanboys just drive me fucking nuts. There's no being neutral with these fuckers at all. I am not apologetic, but it is just no being neutral. There's no reasoning, because whenever something goes bad, they over here blaming the whole PlayStation fan base for it, and then you know they just quick to throw you under the bus and all this other noise. I don't know. So I just got to the point where I'm like, I'm done. Fuck being neutral. The fanboys is driving me nuts. I'm done with this neutral shit. And the Xbox crowd has gotten very, very, very young, while the PlayStation crowd seems a bit more younger. I'm not saying there's not immature people on this side, because there definitely is. But from everything that's been happening, it just seems like they seem more angrier, and the crowd just seems more younger and immature, and there's just no reasoning with them fuckers, like, at all. Like, it don't matter what you say, they just kind of throw it, it just goes in one ear, doesn't come out the other, and it's kind of, not kinda, it is annoying, like, really annoying, like, you can't fault Sony players for some of the things that Microsoft have been doing. Y'all need to be going after Microsoft and stop being so in denial and stop acting like everything's gonna be okay. Like, you got the Xbox exclusive games that are literally coming to PC. Like, all of their games are coming to PC. Sony are still dropping exclusives like there's nobody's business. We got Hellblade that just came out last week. We about to get the Uncharted Lost Legacy next week, and Sony have been dropping games all year. So I just don't understand how people can hate on such a console that's actually giving us what the hell we want, and that's games, exclusive games. Because it's senseless to buy a console, to go out and spend $500 on a console, even if you got it good, even if you got it good in the money department, whatever. But it's just senseless to me personally to go out and purchase a console that I can't play not a goddamn thing on, or to play a bunch of old games that I played on like my PS3 or PS2 or whatever. I mean, those games are fun and all, blah blah blah, but it's just not ideally what I look for when I buy a new console, is to play a bunch of old ass games on it. I am so sorry, but Microsoft need to get on their asses, and they need to start giving fans and people what the hell they paid for. Because a powerful console, powerful anything, is going to mean shit if you don't have shit to show for it. And one game is just not going to be enough to save the entire fucking console. And especially with the newly cancellation, not cancellation, oh my freaking goodness, what the hell wrong with me? The newly news of a Crackdown being delayed again. That's not. And then you have all these big hitters, like it's coming in spring 2018. They clarified that on Twitter. I read a few tweets. And but if you have all these other big hitters coming in spring, then what, like, I don't know, what chance does it really stand? And then you have Agents of Mayhem, which they're already calling like the Crackdown killer. I haven't played it yet, so I don't know. But with all these big hitters coming, what chance does it really stand? Like, I mean, I don't know. I hate to be all like assholish on this game, but it's just got so tiring, and I just don't get how people will try to throw Sony on the bus because Microsoft are making bad decisions, or they making all these promises that they can't really keep. I don't understand. Like, how can you say, well, Sony's pretty terrible and PlayStation Network is pretty terrible and the console's failing, but how on earth can it how the hell has the PlayStation been failing? I would love to know. I would love to know, like, really. They like it's just insane to me. Like people need to stop being in denial and just know, and you need to speak up and use your fucking voices and stop kissing so much ass. Like that's one thing I cannot stand is ass kissers. Like if you feel like something needs a voice to it, then speak on it. Like stop just taking something as is or taking people as is and not speaking your mind because you're afraid of what they how they may react and blah blah blah. You're not keeping it real with yourself. So I mean, shit, like, to speak to Microsoft, tell them to stop praising them for not doing a good job when they're not doing a good job. Like, come on now. Come on now. And no, I have no plans of getting an Xbox One X, Xbox product, period, until they actually have something worth caring about. Um, Scalebound. Man, I'm still so upset about that. I don't even have an Xbox and I'm still pissed about that. Like, that was like the one game like I really wanted to play. Like the creators that made Bayonetta and the Devil May Cry series, which the Devil May Cry series is my favorite series, and I'm like, hold on, they behind this? Oh snap! You know, I want it. Like it looked nice until I read that one single article, excuse me, that said Scalebound is canceled. I'm like, huh? So why? Why couldn't Scalebound get the same treatment as Crackdown is getting? Okay, it's delayed. We'll just give it more time to polish and work on it. Scalebound is a totally new experience, y'all. Like, that's why I don't get why. Okay, people have played the Crackdown series. People know what Crackdown is about. But people haven't played Scalebound. So people don't know what Scalebound is all about. And everything they showed made it look like it was going to be a really badass game. But, you know, it didn't get that freaking chance, and that's so freaking disappointing and just crazy how they cancel a new game and not give it time and you're stressing the developers out. But you don't do that with the Crackdown 3 developers, and people pretty much already know what the Crackdown series is. It's already been pretty established. But not Scalebound. Scalebound didn't even get that damn chance. Like, what? What the hell is really going on with Microsoft? Are they really trying to cover their ass for what's going to happen or what may happen? Like what's going on? Because things have not been in their favor. Even when they launched, things haven't been in their favor. You would think it would have picked up um during the year, like, okay, you know, Sony beat them, blah blah blah, it's whatever. I mean, Sony was beat them in a few months, blah blah blah. But you would think Microsoft would have picked up Steam. But right now, the Xbox One is looking like a replica of the Xbox 360 when the 360 came out and it had Steam. But then it just started quickly losing steam once the games stopped coming, and then Sony started gaining steam once their games start coming. The thing is, though, even with a few bad seeds in a few bad eggs in their basket, Sony has still steadily been releasing new games, coming out with these new games with these new concepts. So it's like, you know, how can you really be upset at them? Like, how? I don't understand. Like, even when they have a game that may fail, they still keep pushing forward and they don't give up, and they're willing to take risks, and they're willing to allow the developers that are under them to take risks. So I don't understand why Microsoft don't allow their first party developers to do that instead of bossing them around and telling them what games to make. Like, let them have some creative freedom to make what the hell they want to make, because you never know, that piece they could make that's different could be a freaking hit. But they have no confidence in their developers, because if they did, you know, they will let them make what the hell they want to make and not just pin them on making one franchise for like freaking 10 years or something like that. And I see why Bungie got upset and why Bungie kind of just distanced himself away from them, because they was tired of making Halo. They wanted to do something different. And people may hate Destiny, but Destiny isn't too bad of a game, so it's whatever, you know. At least they're able to do and make something different other than Halo for like freaking 20 years, bro. Like, shit. Like, I'm gonna need for Phil Spencer and all the higher ups to get it together, and because I hate to break it to y'all, but I don't even think the Xbox One X is going to even be enough to push this console. Because once again, if you have nothing to show this power for, then what do you really have? A few graphical big updates or something like that? Like, no. Like, what? Come on, man. Come on. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, because Nintendo Switch has came out, and Nintendo Switch is doing good, and the thing I admire about Nintendo, even though they have been kind of skeptical, but the thing I admire about Nintendo is just it's just like they're in their own little bubble. They're in their own little world. They just doing them, and they don't care. And they don't really care like about having the most like the best looking graphics on whatever game they may come out with, because regardless of what, the game does good. So anyway, besides all of that, whatever I miss, I'm going to leave it in the video, in the description, or wherever. And I'm going to leave the question of the day at the end of the video so you guys can let me know how you feel about this whole situation with Microsoft and how they have been performing as of lately, because it's just been so poorly. And then you have their fanboys who are over here blaming the entire PlayStation fan base and the higher ups or whatever because of the mistakes because of Microsoft's mistake, pardon me. So they need to get it together, like for real. Like I've been playing game after game after game. I have so many games I haven't even finished yet because Sony just keep on dropping them fuckers like it ain't nobody's business, and I'm like, slow down, Sony, slow down. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later, and hopefully not keep you guys like months in between, because yeah, whatever. With that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Deuces.